Delves are one of the most exciting new features in the War Within, and honestly, they might be the best piece of solo and small group content we've had in retail in years. They're fast, flexible, rewarding, and they've completely changed how I approach short play sessions. Whether you're a casual player, someone returning to the game, or just looking for a new way to progress, Delves have something to offer. Let's break down exactly why they work so well. Delves are small group adventures in the War Within, built for 1 to 5 players. You can run them completely solo, queue up with friends, or form a full group, and no matter what, they scale to your size and the difficulty level you choose. Even if you're solo, you're not alone. You've got Bran Bronzebeard, your AI companion, who you can assign a role as a tank, a healer, or a DPS, based on your spec and your playstyle. Once you zone in, you'll be tackling fast paced objectives like killing elites, collecting magical artifacts, avoiding hazards, and defeating bosses. Each delve is compact, usually taking between 10 to 20 minutes, and designed to be rewarding whether you're on a casual session or pushing those higher tiers. What really makes delves shine is how well they fit into everyday play. They're incredibly time efficient, which means if I only have an hour to spare, I can easily log in, knock out 1 or 2 delves, and still feel like I've made solid progress. That sense of momentum without needing to commit a whole evening to the game is huge, especially for players who dip in and out between work or other responsibilities. Another thing I love is how optional grouping is. If I want to solo, I can. If I've got a mate online, we can team up and it scales smoothly. There's no pressure to form a perfectly formed party, no long queue times, no need to constantly rely on other players. That flexibility is one of the reasons I keep coming back to them. And then there's Bran. The companion system is simple but super effective. I can tailor his role based on how I'm playing. If I'm on a squishy range spec, which to be honest, I never play, I could have him tank. If I'm tanking or I'm DPSing, I can switch in between tank, DPS, or healing. It opens up playstyles that might not usually work in solo content, and it adds just enough strategy without being overcomplicated. Best of all, delves actually reward you. There isn't filler content or just something to tick off a checklist. You get real, useful rewards. Gear upgrades, currency, progression that ties into your overall endgame loop. It feels good to do and it respects your time. One of the things that keeps delves interesting is how they balance structure with variety. Each delve has a static map and a constant theme, so you start to get familiar with the layout, the types of enemies, and the hazards you'll encounter. But within that, there's a ton of variation. Each week, the scenario and the story change. So even if you're heading into the same area, the objective might be different. The hazards might rotate, and the final boss might not even show up that week. So sometimes there are random bonuses or tweaks that shake up how you approach the run. That mix of familiarity and unpredictability make it easy to jump back in without getting bored. You're not rerunning the exact same thing over and over, but you're also not completely lost in a new layout every time either. It's a smart system that encourages repeat play while giving you a reason to pay attention. One thing that really stands out with Delves, especially compared to past content, is how they cater to players who want quick, rewarding gameplay without the grind or hassle. Take classic WoW for example. Once you hit level 60, gearing up becomes a major challenge. You need groups, dungeon coordination, a lot of travel time, and a fair amount of effort just to get the gear you need. It's a time consuming process that can be rewarding, but only if you've got the time to commit. In retail, Delves cut out all of that. You just log in and you're ready to play. No need to wait around for a group or spending ages trying to get to your next objective. It's all streamlined and easy to access, which is a huge win for players who don't want to waste time getting into the content. And let's not forget past systems like Torghast from Shadowlands, where the concept was fun, but it started to feel bloated and aimless after a while. Delves, on the other hand, are incredibly focused. They're compact, replayable, and most importantly, rewarding. Everything is defined with efficiency in mind, giving you the right balance of challenge and reward without all the fluff. One of the things I really like about delves is that they already feel solid, but you can tell that there's room to grow. The core idea works, and it's easy to imagine future expansions building on it in some really fun ways. What I'd love to see is just some more variety. Different styles of delves, like exploring abandoned ruins, storming old fortresses, or creeping through haunted castles, each with their own atmosphere and challenges. Stuff that makes every delve feel like a new story or a moment, not just a checklist of objectives. They don't need to reinvent the wheel, just keep adding depth and flavour so these runs stay fun and don't get stale after a few weeks. If they keep building what's already there, Delves could end up being one of the most consistently enjoyable bits of content retail has ever made. For players like me who sometimes just want to log in, do something cool and log off, Delves are exactly what retail needed. They respect your time, give you flexible gameplay, and let you gear your character without needing a raid team or 4 hours to spare. They're fun, efficient, and honestly, kind of addictive. If you're someone who bounces between casual and competitive moods, they hit the perfect middle ground. So yeah, Delves are a massive win for me in the War Within. They're a smart addition that feels like it was designed with all players in mind, people who want to log in and play their way and still make progress. Let me know what you think in the comments. How are you using Delves? Are you pushing the harder tiers, running them casually, or farming them for gear? If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more WoW content, and I'll see you in the next one.